Morning everyone. It's October 5th, 2018, 8:16. I'm going to work this morning. One thing that came up to mind right now, lately, is I have one of my friends that's suffering from depression. And sometime if not 80% of the time, depression is caused by, there's multiple factors that may cause depression, but one of the main one is what you eat. And for me particularly, from suffering depression multiple times in my life, but never taking medicine for it, I struggle to get it out of it on my own. What causes it is much due to what you eat. There's a lot of toxins and chemicals in the foods, and as the saying goes, a healthy body with a healthy mind. Well, that goes to say that if you can afford to eat properly, you will live properly. You won't suffer from depression. But when you're poor, you're under the average salary, it's hard to buy good food. And like I said in previous video, you need some time in life, a coping mechanism to deal with life. Spain and eating different junk food was usually that coping mechanism. So what you eat makes you what you are. And me particularly, at the stage where I am right now, it's a balance. I have a decent good breakfast and a decent good dinners, but I never have a good supper. I always eat outside, and I eat junk most of the time for supper. And even when I eat at home, my supper are not always the healthiest. Rich and saturated fat, high salt contents, and sugar. And usually it's already prepared meal, so it's not always good, So I know what depression feels like, and for having multiple times in my life. But these days, lately, my body feels like it's going through a depression, but my mind, I'm so occupied in my mind with many things I have to do that it's not taking over my mind. It's not bringing me down. But I know physically that it's trying to get me there. It's trying to crush me somehow. So I'm trying to find a recipe, a detox recipe to get most of the toxin out of my system. Because I know at night when I'm a mouth breather, I breathe to my mouth at night. I don't breathe to my nose. And in the morning, my throat is burning from all the crap that's inside me that I'm breathing and digesting. So a healthy mind and a healthy body you can achieve that by eating properly. Even if you're on a budget, sometimes vegetables and fruits are on sales. They're not that expensive. And canned foods, sometimes you really have to pick them to have a proper meal. But frozen dinners, they have absolutely no nutritional value whatsoever. And frozen pizza, either they don't have any nutritional values. They've been frozen for so long that the food it lost kind of completely, like all its molecules, its nutriment. And just eating bread just make it worse either as well. Constantly eating bread, white bread, it won't help either. But sorry about that. I'm nesting a cold right now for the last month. It's just not coming out, it's just staying there. And it's a shown of my physical condition right now. And when I do my job at work, it's it requires a lot of physical endurance because I'm gonna stand up for like in a hot environment for like an hour and a half, and the average temperature in my painting room is about 35 degrees Celsius, sometime more, and that put a lot of strain on myself since in the suit it doesn't breathe at all, so I'm just perspiring non-stop the time I'm inside my suit. And when I get out of the booth and when I'm done painting, I'm in sweat and the suit is clinging to me. It doesn't want to let me go. And then I have to unhook the parts that I put on the conveyor line, which is another physical strain. So when I finish my day, I'm completely exhausted. Even if it's just a run or two run, it's just completely drained. So that shows like how physical you have, how in good physical condition you have to be to do these kinds of things and have a job. But if you're depressed and your body doesn't want to respond to anything positive, then it's just gonna start to decay and create problems. And then when you're not working, money problems comes in your back and it's stressing you out. For me, it's not that I have a financial problems, it's just that I want the money right away. I'd like to, always the easiest solution is to freaking borrow money, and I don't have good credit, so that like just pisses me off and depresses me. But I have learned over the time to deal with the time issue and buy my times. If I want things and I have things to pay, I have to stretch them out and make sure that I always end up with money to buy my grocery and proper food, so that I don't fall out of my physical condition that I built up for the last 10 months. So eating ramen shit and stuff like this won't help you either. Like I say, prepared meals are not the healthiest meal of them all, and they're not rich in nutriment either. So try to, if you're in a certain situation, try to buy less foods that are unhealthy and more foods that are useful and healthier. Even if it's just soup, a decent quality soup sometimes costing $1.29.99, and all the way up to $3. But this soup by itself would provide you a decent meal. And one soup that you're going to cook over the oven instead of a frozen meal and you're going to cook in the microwave, it's going to have 100% more nutriment, and it's going to help your brain, your body to get all the energy it needs. Because if you fall down for all the like sweets and junk foods, you're just gonna fall down on depression if things are already going bad. One of my friends is like that. Most of his spare cash goes to buy his cigarettes and his drugs, and he buys very little food for himself. He's all skinny, and a good chunk of his salary goes to buy food for his dog, which like he couldn't afford 3 years ago, and he still can't afford today. But good decision making skills are some people they don't have that skill to make good decision, and that's what they have to live for. They have to live with their decision, and sometimes they can't live with their decision and they need an escape. And like I said the other day, the system is made to keep you in debt, and he neglected to pay his income taxes, so that didn't help either. So he's in a situation that he made by himself, and he's very depressed lately. So I'm making this video for him, but I know he won't watch it. But if you can take from his experience, and also sticking on the internet all day doesn't bring much, unless you're you're a rich YouTuber and you can make your videos as much as you want, and you know that you'll rank on some views, then fine. But yeah, making money on the internet, that's still a small dream. Oh, 135.9. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's another thing that I want to make a video, but I'll make one later for that. So that's it for today, everyone. Have a good weekend.